What's going on? It's Charles Botensten. Today we're going to be talking about homeostasis. So homeostasis is essentially, a lot of people talk about fear. And homeostasis is essentially fear, but this is the easiest way to actually visually look at what we're talking about. Most people say one of the books that I even recommend is called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. It's by Dr. Susan Jeffers. That was the first book that I ever read, kind of started me on the self-development journey, and I've never looked back. And then I read How to Win Friends and Influence People, and that's when I was like, so you're telling me I can actually read a book and understand marketing or sales or how to win friends or start a business, how to save money, how to get wealthy, how to get liked in society, and not in the corny like, hey, I'm faking it, but it's like this is the thing. Most people walk around, and I've already talked about it, they're in the DIR state. And they're in the DIR state because they're in homeostasis. Homeostasis, you could even call it the comfort zone, your anything, and this is your zone. And each one is completely different. If you're looking at someone way at the top that looks like they're just so comfortable with anything around, they've already pushed their homeostasis bubble, their comfort zone bubble, so far out that they don't even look at this anymore, okay? So this is essentially your day-to-day. Most people think that they have free choice, but do we really have free choice? Most people, so essentially free choice is the ability to decide what you want. Decide what you want to eat, where you want to go, who you want to talk to, what business you're in, how to make your money, things like that, relationships. They feel that free choice is through the decisions that they make day to day. But the problem is they are in homeostasis. Homeostasis is essentially, if you look at your past week, how many new decisions did you do? You probably woke up at the same time, put on roughly the same clothes, you went to the same gym, if you did, at the same time, ate the same breakfast, talked to the same people, did the same thing on social media and email, made the same decisions, had the same mindset, judged the same people, went to the same lunch spot, had the same thing for lunch, or roughly around the same thing for lunch, then probably got coffee around 2 or 3 because you needed to pick me up, and then that was it. That was it. That was your day. Congratulations, you're in homeostasis. But the problem is, if you're in homeostasis, and you'll hear people like Travis Pastrana. Travis Pastrana is a BMX. He's literally just an extreme sports junkie. And that's the thing, is that when he is in homeostasis, he freaks out. He's just like, I'm too comfortable, and he freaks out. Most people, they yearn for homeostasis. They yearn for it. They need it. They hate change. And then they feel, I have free choice. I have the decision to make what I want. But the problem is, when you're in homeostasis, you're not in growth mode, okay? What's her name? She has a book called something, maybe it's even called Mindset. Carol Dweck. She either calls it the fixed mindset or the growth mindset. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you likely have a growth mindset. Fixed mindset, you like homeostasis. Growth mindset is someone that gets really freaked out, that they're not pushing their comfort zone. I had a video before about the success funnel. And the thing is, most people think that success comes over time. Okay? So I just had this before. I'm not going to talk about it much. But the problem is, this is time, which means this is change, okay? There's an incredible book. There's actually 2 books out there called The Slight Edge by, forgot his name, and then the Mike whatever, and then there's The Compound Effect by Darryl Hardy, and they both talk about it, and they say, if you compound the same thing over and over every single day, this is really what success looks like. Good, had a downturn. Good, downturn. This could be 1 month, or this could be 1 year. But the thing is, this is time, this is growth. It's never this extreme, and the reason it's never this extreme is because you can't sustain that over a long period of time if you hit that. Say 1 million orders come for your product or your service or whatever, you don't have the ability to actually produce 1 million units of whatever it is. It could be t-shirts or eyeglasses or I don't know, it could be anything. Or you literally get an influx of money, but the problem is, most people, when you have an influx of money, you have to market or you have to innovate, like I was saying before with Peter Drucker. Innovation is this, which is, Daryl Hardy talks about it, the slight edge, the compound effect, just getting a little bit better every single day. The Chinese, they call it just a little, 1% better every single day. And the Chinese, which means you're pushing your homeostasis bubble. So now it used to be this, now it's this, then it's this, then it's this, and obviously this goes around the whole curve. And this is the thing, is that most people, once they hit a level, they go out here, and then they come right back to here. Then they go out to here, and then they come back. Do you see that it's going a little bit further each time? And that's the thing, is that you go out, you start making a ton of money, and then you're like, I'm not used to this. Or you date someone that's a little outside your league, and then you start sabotaging it. Or you get a lot of success in your business, and then you start sabotaging it. Or you start getting a really good body, but you're not used to it. You're not used to maintaining it. So you start eating like crap, or you start skipping the gym, and then guess what? You go right back to homeostasis. But the thing is, if you can sustain and push and push and push, now your comfort or your homeostasis level of your body is different. For me, my energy level, if I feel a little groggy, my energy level, I had a homeostasis level of around 2 o'clock, 1:30, I would feel groggy. And that was normal. I just thought that was my level. And then I started eating clean. I started actually paying attention to the time I went to bed and what I did during the day, and sustaining my energy levels. And instead of big, massive meals, I just had little meals throughout the day. And obviously it was healthy. It was mostly salads and oatmeal, steel-cut oatmeal, and no dairy, no chicken, or really is pretty much just vegetarian. I noticed my skin cleaned up, my energy levels went up, and now my homeostasis for energy levels is totally different. It's totally different. That's the thing, is that when you start getting a ton of success or a ton of money, you just say, maybe I deserve this. And then now guess what? It starts pushing out and pushing out and pushing out. And that's the growth mindset that's getting a little bit better every single day. I didn't say this before, but the Chinese, they have a word for it. It's called Kaizen. Tony Robbins calls it Kanai. Kanai is short for constant and never-ending improvement. And that's essentially what Kaizen is. Kaizen is just get a little bit better. We don't want the quantum leaps. And this is the thing, you'll see it in childhood stars. Childhood stars, they'll be on a wildly successful TV show. They'll have everything. You know, Ralph Macchio. You know, that's a great example, is that Ralph Macchio, listen, I don't watch a lot of movies, but he is no Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, Leonardo DiCaprio had a massive success in 1999 with Titanic. Then he had another success with the Catch Me If You Can, or I think it's Catch Me If You Can. Then he had success after success. Gangs of New York, just success after success after success. The Departed. The guy, then he had the, what was it, with the, you know, gosh, I actually just saw it again, where he was mind controlling the dreams and whatnot. Someone will throw in the comments below. Inception. So he got success, 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 success. He was in a growth mindset. He started to challenge himself with different roles, harder roles. He was a romantic. People saw him as a romantic. Then they saw him as a Gangs of New York. Then they saw him as a Departed. Then they saw him in a serious movie. You know, and then he was in the movie that he won the Oscar for. He's not in a fixed mindset. He's getting 1% better every single day. He's pushing his homeostasis. So this is the thing, is most people think they start a YouTube channel, 1 million people should subscribe immediately. Most people think that you start an Instagram account and you throw up 10 amazing photos that everyone in the world should like you. But the problem is, that doesn't make sense for time, because homeostasis is continuous marketing and innovation over time right here. And if you change, this is the thing, is easiest way to do it is flatlining. And I had this and look up the other video, which is called the funnel of success. So essentially is that most people think success should be like this. Just this is time, and then here is success. Success could be a great body. It could be money. It could be subscribers. Whatever level of success you feel or you measure is success. But this is the thing, is that most people hit a level and they feel, you know what, that's the most amount of money I'll probably be able to make, or that's the most amount of subscribers or people that I'll be able to reach, or that's the best level that I'm going to be able to reach. Ralph Macchio, he had a major success in The Karate Kid. However, like, what movie has he done since? He had so much success. He had the quantum leap. This is why you don't want a quantum leap, because you're not used to it. The Karate Kid was such a massive success that he was like, how do I even top that? You know, that's the thing, is that most people, they think that success is like this, when in fact, if you blow this up to here, it's this. Great, and then, oh God, a new technology come out. Okay, we took care of that. Oh, there's a competitor here, market recorrection here. I'm going through personal issues, or we're losing money. This is really where most people are made. In the downturn, not in the upturn. The downturn is where they say, okay, what do I need to do? Do I need to market? Do I need to innovate? And the thing is, success over time is changing. Okay, which, like I said in the beginning of the video, is that nobody wants to do that. They want to stay in homeostasis because they're fixed mindset. So fixed mindset is just staying in homeostasis. They wake up, they do the exact same thing. Growth mindset is what you guys have, which is reading, getting a little bit better. It's not quantum. People look at me now. I'm 31. Okay, I started this at 21. Imagine you in 10 years. That's the way you should look at me. But the problem is, yours should be like at 5 years, because I didn't have the amount of knowledge or the access to knowledge that you guys do. You have a ton of people that you can actually go and learn from the best. I learned from books. Amazon was small, and the reason being is that I started this in 2006. You know, right around there. Amazon wasn't as big as what it was. Kindle probably wasn't out. There was no iPhone, you know, so like you literally had to sit at a computer. Laptops were heavy. Think of that world. You know, YouTube was nowhere near it is right now. Now that I have this abundance of knowledge anywhere, and this is the thing, is that when you start getting growth, this is what happens. Fixed mindset, they think that this is the best I'm gonna do, and then they just flatline. But this is where you guys wanna be, is growth mindset. Here is fixed mindset. And this is the thing, once you start going growth, when you first start out, this is when you first start out, the first day, and then this is 10 years in, is that you have a ton of time and you have very little money. You have a lot of time and you have very little money. But then as you start growing, where is it? As you start growing, as you start getting a little bit better, and as you start pushing your homeostasis, your growth, and your levels of what you can do, which is, okay, I'm gonna lift more weight at the gym. I'm gonna innovate, which is this, for me, my YouTube channel. Totally different. This is completely different. This is me innovating. This is me saying, okay, this is the way I love teaching, is through visual, because this is how I am. I'm more of I'm definitely dyslexic. So I'm not one to be like, okay, read it, and then the words start moving around and things like that. I'm an auditory or visual learner. And then over time, this is what happens. The amount of time that I have goes down, the amount of money goes up, and then this is where the dichotomy comes in, the dichotomy of how do I spend my money? What do I do? I just want to make sure it's still on the camera frame. What do I do? Do I go back to my homeostasis? And by the way, by now, this is it. This is year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6. Most people think they say, you know what, I'm going to read 10 books this year, and then they feel they should be here, and then they're not, and then they get discouraged, and then they stop. They should be the best because they put in the time, the work, and the energy. Guess what? So did someone else. And to become part of the top 10%, go back to the success funnel video, become the top 10%, you have to manage your time, because in the beginning you have a ton of time. You have a ton of time going to the gym. Then you get a little bit better at the gym. Then you have to eat right. Then you have to sleep right, and that's all part of fitness. Or a relationship. You say, oh, okay, I said I love her, but then it's like, no, you have to spend time with her. Then you have to go out with her friends, not only your friends. Then you're like, okay, that's hacking the relationship. Business is the same thing. It's like you have the CEO, the COO, and the CFO, and I'll be talking about it in the next video. So this is really what you should be focused on, because that's where homeostasis comes in. So I hope this explained it a little bit. This was, I know, all over the place, but the problem is most people, they have the fixed mindset. I would say 80%, and I'll just draw this out last, which is, this is most people. This is society. 10%, 80%, 10%, okay? 10%, they don't care. They're just saying no to life. These are the people that they feel that they're a complete circumstance to whatever happens to them. They can't create anything. So, you know, whatever. This is 80%. These are the people in the dur state. And then these are the people that create. The dur state are most people. They say, well, these are the genes. This is the area. This is the relationship. This is the job. This is the body that I have. This is the mindset. You know, I wasn't smart in school or whatever. That was my excuse when I was younger. Or I don't have wealthy friends. The 5 people that you spend time with? What are you talking about? I don't have any 5 people that I spend time with that are wealthy and whatnot. So I was in the DIR state for probably about 26 years of my life, maybe even 27 years. Then I started getting into the creative, where I was like, you know what, I can create who I hang out with, what I do, how much money I make, what I eat, where I go to the gym, things like that. So understand, you have to get to this through growth, through pushing your comfort zone, which is not easy. So hope this helped a little bit. I know I go all over the place. It kind of makes me, you know, giddy actually doing this and teaching you guys what I sort of know and I'm sort of hacking. So if you have any questions, leave in the comments below. If you want to know a little bit more about anything that I'm talking about, you know, expand on, say, marketing and innovating or success over time, or, you know, we think we have free choice and we decide, let me know in the comments below, because you guys are the one that make this YouTube channel. My face is a little dark, but what are you going to do? So have an awesome day. Leave the comments below. Talk to you soon.